Hello dear students, today I'm going to introduce you to the topic of expressive means of English dealing with graphics. To create additional information in a prose discourse, sound instruments are quite seldom used. In contemporary advertising, mass media and above all imaginary prose, sound is foregrounded mainly through the change of its accepted graphical representation, which leads us to the point of graphical expressive means. As you can see, graphical expressive means, abbreviated as GEM, are aimed at conveying in the written form all those emotions which in oral speech are expressed with the help of intonation and stress. Here belong three big categories. You can see them on the screen. All types of punctuation are used to express emphatic intonation of the speaker. Emphatic punctuation is used in many syntactic stylistic devices, such as apposite pieces, rhetorical questions, suspense, and may not be connected with any stylistic devices. So, emphatic use of punctuation is introduced by different marks of exclamation or interrogation, which have greater importance and significance in the text than any other marks. We can also see in the examples the usage of dash or dots. One more example is the absence of any punctuation marks. So, in modernistic literature, James Joyce was a very prominent author who used the so-called stream of consciousness. Now you can see this stream of consciousness on your screens. As you can see, no punctuation marks are used here. So the whole text represents the stream of consciousness of the author, and only the change of the writer may be conveyed by some dots or some full stops. The next point of our lecture is various types of print. So you can see them again on the screen, and italics here occupies the first place. The next one is bold type, capitalization, hyphenation, spaced letters or multiplication. They are all used to introduce and indicate the additional stress of the emphasized word or the part of the word or the whole phrase. So some examples are given here in the screen. Italics occupies the first place among graphical means of foregrounding according to the frequency of usage and variability of its functions. So it may show the emphatic stress, it may indicate some foreign words or signal the change of a narrator. The next point here is the main one, and we are to speak about the so-called graphon. The intentional violation of the graphical shape of a word or a word combination used to reflect its authentic pronunciation is called graphon. Graphons indicating irregularities or carelessness of pronunciation were occasionally introduced into English novels and journalism at the beginning of the 18th century. And since then, they have acquired an ever-growing frequency of usage, popularity among writers, journalists and advertisers. Graphon proved to be an extremely concise but a very effective means of supplying information about the speaker's origin, for example, demonstrating his foreign accent or maybe a dialect, social and educational background, for example, uneducated speech, careless colloquial speech or baby talk, physical or emotional condition, for example, lisping, stammering, excitement or fear. Among the functions of graphons, we may indicate individualizing the character's speech, adding some vividness and memorability. The next one, conveying the author's attitude to the character he speaks about. And the last one, conveying the atmosphere of authentic live communication or of the informality of the speech act. The examples of the graphon can be seen here. A very vivid one is the last one, as permanent graphon is widely used by some modern English writers who want to underline the authentic pronunciation of English words in the rapid colloquial speech. I got a lot of things to buy, what you're doing, and many other cases. The last but not the least here among the graphical expressive means is graphical imagery, and figure points in this respect are of special interest for the readers of all ages. As you can see, the mouse's talk is based on the simultaneous realization of two stylistic devices in English, that of a pun and poetry of figures, with the aim of attracting the reader's attention. The example can be seen here in the screen. That is all for today's lecture. I hope that you liked that, and now you can easily find the graphical expressive means and define them in the text and understand what for the authors used those graphical imagery or graphical expressive means in their works of art. Thank you for your attention.